Hi guys, gals, and binary pals. Today, I'm also doing like a speed paint and a talking about thing episode, but today I'm gonna be talking about cringe culture, and uh, I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to talk about this for 8 minutes straight. So I might randomly just completely change the topic of the video once I've said my piece. Yeah. So, I guess I kind of started wanting to talk about this honestly last year when some of my ex-friends were uh, getting really, really into K-pop, and they were um, why am I not able to talk right now? Sorry. Um, Basically they were really into K-pop, and so they were talking about it whenever we would hang out, and there's a Bobo place near our school, and so we would sometimes go there, and I generally am the friend who doesn't talk so much as listens. And so whenever I heard them talking about stuff they're passionate about, K-pop in this example, they'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so cringe. I need to stop." And I guess at first I was I didn't really think much of it, because by this point, this was last year, cringe culture has been a thing. And honestly, it still will be. I'm sure one little video from someone isn't gonna stop it, but I do think it is just kind of nice to, I guess, not even share my experiences with it, just there I think it's really fucking dumb. Anyway, whenever, and especially when they referred to it, it just seemed like they were really, really passionate about K-pop or whatever, and so they were calling it cringe. And I think that's the fundamental issue with cringe culture. It's that it makes people who are just having normal emotional reactions to things they care about, and who just like something a lot and want to show their like for it, and it calls them cringe. Yeah, there's probably gonna be, I don't even know, someone out of the two people watching this who's gonna be like, actually you're just a loser and a cringe chud. And yeah, sure, maybe I can be cringy or have some cringe interests, but I personally think that it's so dumb to call someone's passion for something cringy, especially if it then bleeds into you calling yourself cringe. It just seems like a really weird way to take away all the joy out of doing something, and it seems like a really weird way to just decide that, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have happiness, because it's especially when I've heard it. I was talking to these ex-friends about oh, how I like this video game Reverse 1999. If you follow this channel, you know that there's a lot of stuff about it. And they were like, "Oh my god, yeah, that's so cringe." First of all, it just is so weird, because shut the fuck up. I'm sorry that something brings me joy and I'm passionate about it. And it just seems so sad and kind of self-conscious of these people, because every time they see something that is a human emotion, they're just calling it ew, cringe, hee hee. If you can't tell, I'm not very good at being eloquent, especially with long periods of time. Yeah, this is still unscripted, because I'm trying to raw dog this video, but that is a terrible way of phrasing it. I'm trying to get better at improvising things to say on the spot that are not unhinged. And so yeah, I guess what I've been saying and I'm trying to say is that to me it seems like cringe culture targets the people, especially neurodivergent people, because it's people who are unafraid to show what they're passionate about and who have interests and reactions to said interests, which is something that as a part of it, the neurodivergent community definitely does. And it honestly just seems like a form of repackaged ableism, but in a more socially digestible way. because it's like, why are we trying to, no, I already said that a billion times, but like, yeah, I'm terrible at this. I guess, in my mind, it's kind of like, if you, what cringe culture is saying to me, like how I see it, is that someone showing an interest in something that they really like, and like, uh, maybe having a weird fixation on it, or like doing the cosplay transitions or something, is weird and cringy because uh, they like interacting with media that they appreciate, and it just seems so dumb to me because the world is already such a like boring, depressing place. Why are we trying to make it even more meaner by crushing and making people feel bad for like having normal reactions to things they like? It's honestly kind of sad with like how the cringe culture movement has like happened, because all it seems like is excuses for teenagers to become like self-conscious about themselves and the ways they act, and like the ways that they appreciate art, because it seems like if you do it a quote unquote wrong way, you're going to be labeled as cringe, and it like, even though I think it's really dumb, it still hurts, because especially if it's like your close friend or even someone on the internet, it's like you're just trying to express how much you like and how much you appreciate an art, and then someone is coming up and telling you that like, oh my god, the way you appreciate said art form is like so weird and gross, it makes them like cringe involuntarily. And I'm sure someone's gonna be like, oh, the internet is like a mean place, get over it. It's literally only the fault of the people who've made the internet a mean place that it is a mean place. People aren't inherently evil. It takes nothing to like be kind and be a decent civil human being. So I don't know why we're acting like it's such a big struggle, and it's like the way that the world is that people are dicks to each other. It's really not. And if you think that, uh trying to think of a nice way to say this, you're fucking dumb. I don't know. For me, especially, who like has seen a lot of the sides of the weird cringe movement on the internet, I think it's also just like really harmful, not only to teenagers who are like getting the kind of brunt of it, but to everyone who will experience it, because it just shows them that their passions and like what they care about is weird and cringy, and you shouldn't like display it because that's weird, and it makes people like not, it makes people cringe, and it's just such a weird way of like, I'm not even sure if it's like repression or not. It's just so weird to me, because like, I'm sorry you don't like happiness, but you really don't need to like make other people feel bad for that. But that's it. If you like this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye.